This video is about composition and decomposition of percents and goes with CPM Chapter 9, Section 2, Lesson 2. Olivia is participating in a 150-mile race. The first 10% of the race is skipping, the next portion of the race is hopscotching, and the final 40 miles she will need to ride a pterodactyl. What distance and percentage of the race is each component? I would suggest making a table to start with and then fill in the blanks in the table. For this problem, you're going to need to use what we looked at yesterday. Think about your 3-word sentence and how you can use that to help you. I do want you to solve this, and then I'll show you how. So I started with a table where I labeled out each part, including the total, which I know is 100%, but I don't know the total distance. Okay? Skipping, I know is 10%. Okay? I also know, so I do know the miles, excuse me, that 100% is 150 miles. Okay? So the first thing I need to do is calculate 10% for the skipping. And I know that if there's 150 miles as 100%, then 15 miles will be 10%. From there, I can figure out the total number of miles by adding these two together. So I have 15 miles plus 40 miles, which gives me 55 miles. Okay? And I can subtract that from 150, which gives me 95 miles, which tells me that 95 miles are going to be hopscotched, which is a lot of hopscotching. From there, I'm able to work backwards and divide to find the total percent. So if I'm looking at the pterodactyl first, I can say that I have 40 miles over 150 miles. Okay? And then I'll want to divide that out. I know that I can simplify this to say that I have 4 over 150 if I divide by a giant 1. Okay? So then I have 4 divided by 15, which makes the problem a little bit easier to work with. And always start by moving your decimal up. Okay? 15 goes into 4 0 times, but it goes into 40 twice, which gives us 30. And carry everything down, goes into 100. From there, it will go in 6 times, which will give us 90. Okay? And then we go back to our 100, and this would keep going on forever. So what we're going to do here is we're going to round this to 27%. And once we're at this last step, what we can do is a couple things. We can calculate it at all, back out again, and we can solve 95 over 150 and simplify it that way. Or what we can do is we can look at it and say that 10% plus 27% is 37%, and do 100% minus 37%, which would give you about 63%. And from there, we're able to fill in all of the different blanks. And you need to keep in mind that your hopscotching and your pterodactyl writing are approximate values because we did round here. So this is also a rounded value, but it would be rounding to the nearest whole.